Welcome to online video classes. Now in this video I will explain the 6th semester electronics paper, that is microcontroller and interfacing. In this screen all of you see an IC, that is 8051 microcontroller IC. In the last semester, we have discussed the 8085 microprocessor. The 8085 microprocessor is also an IC, but the 8051 is an advanced technology. Okay, so that means the 8051 microcontroller that can perform all the operations performed by the microprocessor. But a microprocessor is there, but why we are moved to a microcontroller? So the major difference between the microprocessor and the microcontroller is the memory. That means microprocessor there is no memory. That means we have to connect the memory device to that IC externally by using address and data buses. That means here microprocessor has arithmetic and logical unit, control unit and register unit. All these units are built in a single IC. There is no memory devices in the microprocessor. Okay, now in this paper we will discuss the 8051 microcontroller IC. Nowadays the technology is very much improved because of 8051 microcontrollers. Okay, so what are the devices are there based on the microcontrollers are our washing machines, microwave ovens, so our used PCs or cell phones, those all are the microcontroller based systems. Okay, in this presentation I will explain the unit number 1 in 8051 microcontroller interfacing. So the first unit has only the introduction of 8051 microcontroller. In this syllabus we will discuss the comparisons of 8051 microcontrollers and evaluation of a microcontroller, and next one in this evaluation we will discuss about 4-bit, 8-bit, 32-bit. That means how a technology is improved in our microcontroller we will discuss in this first unit. Okay, and next topic is development tools of an 8051 microcontroller. So that means what are the developing tools are there? Developing tools means what are the software technology we are using in the 8051 microcontroller. Those developing tools are discussed in this unit number 1. In these developing tools there are hardware developing tools as well as the software developing tools. We will discuss in this first unit only the software developing tools. Those are editor, assembler, next compiler, next one simulator or debugger. So these are the simulating tools we will discuss in the unit number 1. Okay, so now we will move to next one. So that is microprocessor based systems. So here you all already know what is meant by microprocessor. Microprocessor here it will acts as a CPU. That means it will perform what are the operations the CPU can perform, all the operations performed by the microprocessor. Okay, so that means the microprocessor simply acts as a CPU. And another one, there is no internal memory in the microprocessor. We need to connect the memory to microprocessor by using some external buses. So what are the external memories? RAM, ROM, IO ports. So what are those memories are there? We will connect those memories by using some buses. Okay, and next one, so here this is a general purpose microprocessor system. So here this is the microprocessor IC. Here this is a microprocessor IC. Here we will connect the data bus and address bus by using RAM, connected the RAM, ROM, IO ports, timer, serial ports by using data bus and address bus. Okay, so this is about the microprocessor. Now microcontrollers. So what is meant by a microcontroller? So here a microcontroller is a small computer on a chip. That means the another name of a microcontroller is a single chip small computer. Why means, so the microcontroller has an internal memory. That means what are the devices are there, so all the devices we will connect internally to the microcontroller. That means what are the RAM, ROM, IO ports, so what are there, so those all are in a single chip. Okay, so that means on chip RAM, ROM, IO ports, timers, serial controllers. Okay, so and next one is examples of a microcontrollers. So many examples are there, microcontroller based systems, but the firstly who are inventors of these microcontrollers ICs are Motorola 6811, Intel 8051, Atmel 32. So these are the companies developed these microcontroller chips. Okay, so next one, so here this is a complete microcontroller chip. So here this is a microcontroller chip we are using. So in this microcontroller chip, it has all the internally connected, all the memory devices are internally connected. Okay, so next move to what are the differences of a microcontroller and microprocessor systems. Okay, so now we will discuss about the microprocessor and microcontroller differences. So here the some of the differences are there. So those differences are so here first of all we will discuss about the microprocessor. So here the CPU is standalone RAM, ROM, IO, timers or separate in microprocessor. And next one is designer can decide on the amount of ROM, RAM and IO ports. So that means who are the designers are there, the designers can select so how much amount of RAM memory, ROM memory and IO ports. Okay, so next one is the microprocessor is very expensive and the microprocessor is versatility, and the next one is the microprocessors are general purpose processors. Next coming to the microcontrollers. So here the microcontrollers are inbuilt CPU, RAM, ROM, IO and timers, all are in a single chip IC. So that's why microcontrollers are also called as a small computers. It has a fixed amount of on-chip ROM, RAM and IO ports, and it is not an expensive. So, but the microprocessors are expensive, but the controllers are not expensive. Next one is, these are a single purpose processor. That means the microprocessor can use a general purpose. That means what are the applications we can use the microprocessor, but in microcontrollers can use only a single purpose microcontrollers, and it is also a special purpose microcontrollers. Okay, now we will move to why do we need to learn the microcontrollers. So why? Because a microcontrollers is a very improved technology. Nowadays, without microcontroller IC, the electronic gadget is not there. So some of the examples of microcontrollers are a communication devices, a digital entertainment devices, portable devices. Okay, so next, so what are the examples? Anywhere you can use our microcontrollers. For example, a personal information products like cell phones, passes, watch, pocket recorders, calculators. Okay, so in this way, in these all personal products also we use a microcontroller. Next, coming to the laptop products. So mouse and keyboard, modem, fax card, stand card, battery, charger. So these all are the laptop components also use the microcontrollers. Next, coming to the home appliances. So in every house, our microcontroller based systems are there, like a microwave oven. Next, coming to washing machines, door locks, alarm locks, air conditioners, TV remotes, and etc. So those all are the microcontroller based systems. And next, coming to the industrial equipments. In every industry, there is a temperature controller or a pressure controller. In this also, a microcontroller is used. A counters, timers, RPM controllers also has a microcontrollers. And nowadays, the toys, that means what are the toys are there. So in this toys also, the microcontrollers are used in video games, cars, etc. Okay, so next we will discuss about the evaluation of a microcontrollers. The evaluation means the background of a microcontrollers. That means are a flashback of microcontrollers. In the year 1976, Motorola created a microprocessor chip called 6801, which replaced its brother 6800 with a certain add-on chips to make a computer. This paved the way for the new revolution in the history of chip design and gave birth to a new entity called a microcontroller. And another company implemented the microcontroller is the Intel is, and another company implemented the first microcontroller is 8048 microcontroller. So here the memory of this microcontroller is 1 kilobytes of EEPROM and 64 bytes of RAM, 8-bit timer and 27 IO pins. It is implemented in 1976. And another technology implemented by the Intel is in 1980s. It is implemented the 8051 microcontroller in the year 1980s. It is a 4 kilobytes of ROM, 128 bytes of RAM, a serial port, 2 16-bit timers and 32 IO pins. The 8051 family has many additions and improvements over the years and remain a most sought after tool for today's circuit designers. So the same Intel introduced a 16-bit microcontroller, that is 8096, in the year 1982. Now later the Intel introduced 80C196 series of 16-bit microcontrollers for mainly industrial applications. Microchip, another company, has introduced a microcontroller PIC 16C C4 and 8-bit in the year 1985. 32-bit microcontrollers have been developed IBM and Motorola MPC 505 is a 32-bit RISC controller for Motorola. So here the RISC means reduced instruction set computer. It is introduced by a Motorola. And another one is 403ZA is a 32-bit RISC embedded controller of an IBM. That means the IBM is introduced this IC. And next coming to the ARM controllers. In recent times, ARM company means Advanced RISC Machines has developed and introduced a 32-bit controllers which are heightened application devices, especially communication devices like mobiles, iPads and etc. Okay. So next coming to what are the types of microcontrollers are there? Actually, the microcontrollers are classified into 4 types, depends upon their uses. Okay, so mainly those 4 types are based on bits, based on memory devices, based on instruction set, based on memory architecture. First of all, we will discuss about based on bits. Here, based on bits, the microcontrollers are classified into 3 types. Those are 8-bit microcontrollers, 16-bit microcontrollers and 32-bit microcontrollers. And next coming to memory devices. Based on memory devices, these microcontrollers are classified into 2 types, embedded microcontrollers and external memory microcontrollers. And based on instruction sets, the microcontrollers are classified into 2 types. First one is RISC based microcontrollers and CISC microcontrollers. Here RISC means reduced instruction set computer, and next coming to the CISC means complex instruction set computer. So next coming to the based on memory architecture. Here these are the 2 types of architectures. First one is the hardware architecture and next one is the Princeton architecture. We have already discussed the microprocessor is based on a Princeton architecture. Okay, so in microprocessor systems, what are the technology we are used? We are used the NMOS technology we are used for the developing of a microprocessor. But the microcontrollers, here we use a CMOS technology. Okay, so and again these microcontrollers are IC chip and as well as a VLSI core. That means it will be also used in the VLSI technology. That means a very large scale integration technology. In that it is used a long ways, that is VHDL. Okay, so next coming to the microcontroller families. So the microcontroller families are 8051 family, Motorola, PIC, Hitachi, Texas, ARM and other. Okay, so here 8051 is implemented by Intel, Motorola is implemented by Philips, Hitachi is implemented by Atmel, and Texas and ARM or Siemens and other. So many number of microcontrollers are available nowadays in our market. Okay, now we will move to, so who are the different manufacturers for developing of or to build or to create a microcontrollers. Here the Atmel, ARM and Intel. So these are the companies developed to the microcontrollers. That means microcontroller ICs. Okay, so 8-bit microcontrollers are 8XC42, MCCS 48, MCCS 51. Here what is meant by an MCCS? MCCS means microcontrollers. Okay, so MCCS means microcontrollers. Okay, 48. MCCS 51, that means microcontrollers 51. So shortcut the microcontrollers we will call it as MCCS. In your subject, in your paper, we will discuss about only the MCCS 51. Okay, next coming to the 16-bit microcontrollers are MCCS 96, MXS 296. Okay, next coming to the National Semiconductors or COP8 microchip. Next coming to the 12-bit instruction PIC, 14-bit instruction PIC, and PIC 16F84, 16-bit instruction PIC and NEC. And coming to the Motorola, so 8-bit microprocessors are there. Those names are 68HC05, 68HC08, 68HC11. Next, coming to the 8-bit microprocessors are 68HC12, 68HT16. 32-bit microcontrollers are 683XX. Some of the Texas also developed some of the microcontroller ICs. So those all are TMS 370. TMS means Texas Instruments. It will develop the ICs. So that's why it will be called it as TMS. TMS 370, MSP 430 and Ziglo Z8, Z86E02. So these are the some of the microcontrollers for different manufacturers. Okay, so that means different manufacturers can develop the microprocessors in different ways. Okay, so but the microprocessor is only for the special purpose microcontrollers. Next, coming to the what are the families are there in the microcontrollers. Some families are 8031, 8058, 8052, 8751. Okay, coming to the features, ROM, the 8031, there is no ROM, but 8051 has 4 kilobytes of memory. 8052 has 8 kilobytes of memory. And also 4 kilobytes of UV-EPROMs in 8751. So RAM has 128 and by kilobytes, and also 8051 also 128 bytes, 8052 256 and 8751 is 128. Next, coming to the timers, 2, and 8051 also has a 2 timers, and 8052 is 3 and 8751 is 2. Next, coming to the IO pins. IO pins are 32 pins. 8051 is a 32 pins. 8052 is also 32. 8751 is also 32. Next, coming to the serial ports. It has all the families. You have only one serial port. Next, coming to the interrupt sources. So there are all the, that means 8031 has a 6 interrupt sources, and 8051 also 6 interrupt sources, 8052 is 8 interrupt sources, 8752 is a 6 interrupt sources. Next, coming to the architectures. So here the microcontrollers are used, the two types of architectures. So those are Von Neumann architecture and next one is the hardware architecture. So what is the difference between Von Neumann architecture and hardware architecture? Means in Von Neumann architecture the memory and data only in one unit. That means there is no separate memory for both. That means there is only one memory unit, program and data. So by using this we have to use address bus as well as single directional address bus as well as a bidirectional data bus. By using this we have to access the CPU by using these buses, either memory or program, by using these buses in Von Neumann architecture. Coming to the hardware architecture, there is a separate memory locations for both program and data. In Von Neumann architecture, there is a single memory or single unit, but in hardware architecture, there is a separate memory for both program and data. That means program is stored in a separate memory and data is stored in a separate memory. So that's why we have to access the CPU, this program, by using address and data buses, and also here to fetch bus is used for you have to use the program. That means you already know. So what is meant by fetch? Fetch means we have to take the instructions from the program instruction. And next, coming to the data, address bus. So address bus we have to access the address or data by using address bus. Data bus is a bidirectional data bus. And next, coming to the what are the important features of 8051 microcontrollers. Here these are the important features. First one is it has a 4 kilobytes of ROM, 128 kilobytes of RAM, 4 8 bits IO ports, 2 16-bit timers, serial interface, 64 external code memory space, 64 kilobytes of data space. So these are the some of the important features. Next, coming to the what are the microcontroller based embedded systems. I am already told, so what is meant by an embedded system. So here the embedded systems means it has both the software as well as hardware. So that means the combination of software and hardware is called as an embedded systems. Embedded system is implemented by using only the microcontrollers. Whenever the microcontroller technology is improved, then only the embedded systems technology is coming into the picture. Okay, so some of the examples we will see. So what are the examples of microcontroller based embedded systems? So here the special purpose computer system usually completely inside the device it controls. And next, coming to the has a specific requirements and perform predefined task. And next, coming to the cost reduction compared to general purpose processor. Okay, that means we have already discussed the microcontroller is very less expensive when compared to microprocessor. So that's why the cost reduction compared to general purpose processors. Different designer criteria is also there. That means different manufacturers can manufacture this microcontroller based systems. That means different design criteria is also available. Next, coming to the performance, it is very faster and it is very reliable, and availability is also there, and it is very safety. Okay, so now we will see some of the examples of a microcontroller based embedded systems. So here this is a car. Here it is a very much improving technology is there in our cars. So that means whenever it will be automatically locked, and automatically vehicle will be parking place, and automatically the vehicle can use any network. And next, coming to it has a powertrain, braking system, airbag system, and so much of technologies we are used in our daily used cars because of only our microcontrollers. Okay, so this is one of the example for embedded system, and so many examples are there. So like, so here, so these all are also some examples. So based on these are smartphones, cameras, CAM machines, electronic book tablets, televisions, industrials, printers, and digital signal broadcasting media, car, mobile phones. So those all are the examples of embedded systems. Okay, so here this is the hardware architecture. That means the microcontroller based embedded systems are used the hardware architecture. Okay, so in this hardware architecture, here this is a MCU is nothing but microcontroller unit. So this is PCM means program memory and has a data memory. We have already discussed for hardware architecture also there is a separate memory to store the data, as well as there is a separate memory to store the program. For programming or to access the data or to access the program to the microcontroller unit, it has two buses are used. Those buses are address bus as well as a data bus and an instruction bus. Okay, so here address bus is used to access the address to and from. That means it is a bidirectional address bus. Data bus is also a bidirectional data bus. Okay, so now we will move to in hardware architecture, the data and instructions are stored in a separate memory units with their own bus. Okay, next coming to the advantages, speeding up the data transfer, and next coming to the permits the designer to implement different bus width and word sizes for program and data space. Next coming to the 8051 microcontrollers, who are the, again we will discuss about the some review about this 8051 microcontroller. Actually the 8051 microcontroller is introduced Intel 8051. It is also referred to as MCS51 in 1981. Okay, so next coming to the 8051 is an 8-bit processor. Okay, so that means what is meant by an 8-bit processor? 8-bit processor is nothing but microcontroller can perform 8-bit operations at a time. So that's why it is called as an 8-bit processor. The CPU can work only 8 bits of data and at a time. So that is nothing but 8-bit processor. And next coming to 8051 became widely popular after allowing other manufacturers to make the market by flavor of 8051. So 8051 is very popular in the market. So why? Because the Intel 8051 manufacturer, they use the RISC technology. So RISC means reduced instruction set. Okay, so that's why it is very popular. Okay, so these are the some of the features of 8051 microcontroller. So 8-bit processor, 4 kilobytes internal ROM, 128 bytes internal RAM, 4 8-bit IO ports, 2 16-bit timers and counters, on-chip full duplex UART for serial communication, 5 vector interrupts like 2 external, 3 external, timer 0, timer 1 and serial. And next, on-chip clock oscillator is also there. That means we are using a clock oscillator in place of that is crystal oscillator. Here also we are using of our crystal oscillator. Okay, next 16-bit address buses, 64 kilobytes of external code memory, 64 kilobytes of external data memory, 16-bit program counter to access external code memory, and 16-bit data pointer to access external data memory. 128 user defined flags are there, 32 general purpose registers in each 8 bits. Okay, next coming to the 8051 family. 8051 family is subset of 8052. 8031 is a ROM less 8051, added external memory to it. And next coming to, you lose 2 ports and leave 2 ports for IPO operations. Okay, so these are the features, that means 8051, 8052, 8031. Okay, so it has a memory space. Mainly we will focus on 8051 only. It has a ROM size, on-chip program space is only 4 kilobytes and RAM is 128 bytes. Timers are 2 timers, IO pins are 32 and serial port is 1, interrupt services are 6. Mainly we are focused only on 8051 microcontroller. Why? Because in your syllabus 8051 microcontroller is there. Okay, so here this is a block diagram of a microcontrollers. So in this block diagram, it means all the what are the memory devices are there. So all the devices are in a single chip IC. Okay, so next coming to we will discuss, our discussion is continue in our next video. Thank you.